now. I'm happy to try to play some interesting games here with you, and hopefully we'll learn some chess. You know that I will do some trash talking while I commentate on the moves, and I will accept only premium challenges, and we'll play some 3 and 5 minute games, right? So I will stop talking and I'll start playing some blitz games, and let's accept, for example, the challenge of let's see the John then Elescara Riba. I think he is a Spanish player. Yeah, it is. So sorry, wait 1 second, let me adjust the screen. Yeah, 1 sec. Yeah, we are now ready to start playing. So e4, I'm gonna play the French defense, one of my favorite openings. So d4, d5. Now there are several options. Knight d2. The Taras variation, I will play c5, the most common move, and c3. Of course, the main move is e takes d5, for example, or knight f3. So now I'm just gonna take on d4, try to play against the isolated pawn on d4. After c takes d4, d takes e4, knight takes, and knight f6. So the idea after knight f6, queen f6 would be just to play some quick bishop b4 check, just to exchange this guy on c1, and then as much as many pieces we change with against the isolated pawn is of course a great idea, right? So as I told you, d takes e4, knight takes e4, and knight f6. So the most common move here is knight takes f6. After that I will just take back with my queen. There are some plans related as well with bringing my bishop to c6 in this kind of position, just to put it in a nice diagonal, and because as you can see here we don't have too many great diagonals, right? So now knight f3, and yeah, bishop b4 check. Now bishop d2 is of course the only move, reasonable move in this position. I'm just gonna take on d2, and as I told you, I will bring my bishop to c6 pretty fast, and hopefully we'll go short castle in the next moves, and maybe bishop c6, maybe bishop d5 later, knight c6. Just try to put some pressure on the d4 pawn. I'm so hungry and just want to take that pawn on d4 in the future. So I see a lot of people in the chat. Just remember, you can ask any question. I'll try to pay some attention. So bishop takes d2, queen takes d2, bishop d7 was my idea. So the plan is to go bishop c6. Even though he goes knight e5, I can still play bishop c6. And as I told you, if I manage to exchange a lot of pieces, this is always good when we are playing against the isolated pawn. The player with the isolated pawn should try to keep as many as pieces in the board. So knight e5, I'm just gonna go bishop c6 as I told you, and my next move will be short castle and maybe rook d8 or bishop d5 followed by knight c6. Yeah. So I also invite all the YouTube people. I know there are a lot of people always following via YouTube, so you guys are invited to our webpage. We are not gonna charge you to look, so you can come and look for free. So bishop b5, this is of course an equal position. Now I have different options. Okay, just short castle, it's natural. So bishop takes c6, b takes c6, and this is of course an equal position. But what can I do? We're playing with black pieces. So rook d8, I'm just gonna bring my rook to d6 and then bring the other one, or maybe c5, it's already good, yeah? c5, we are winning one pawn, give it to me. This is a free pawn, right? c5, and then just gonna take on d4, we'll have a d-pass pawn. I will try to give some fresh air to my king. This is always a good idea, for example with h6 or g6, so I don't have to calculate all these boring variations where I get checkmated in the back rank. So yeah, let's see what he does now. So he's got 40 seconds only. I got almost 2 minutes, so I'm quite happy about that. And yeah, rook a c1. He's trying to activate his pieces, so maybe in the 7th rank. So, but I think it's just good to take on d4. So f4. This is pretty risky. He's opening the position. Just gonna go maybe d3, but d3 he's got rook c3, right? So why not to give some fresh air to my king, as I told you, maybe with h6. I can even try to play e5 in the next move. But rook c4? What's going on after rook c4? Maybe I can try just to go rook a b8. So at the end of the line, the pawn on b2 is hanging. So let's do this. Rook b8, so b3 maybe, and then I'll go d3 after, oh, b4. Okay, let's just defend this guy with d3. And queen b2. Oh, that's a queen for free. Give it to me. Boom. Queen takes b2. Thanks for the game, LS Carriba. Let's play the next game, for example, against chess player 007. Okay, I'm gonna start with knight f3, just trying to play positional now. Are you there? Yeah, c4. Okay. Knight c6. After knight c6 or g6, I always like to play d4, just trying to transpose to Maroczy variations. For example, now after knight c6, d4, c takes, knight takes, g6, I could go e4. And these Maroczy variations are always, I know it's quite happy with them because I got a lot of space, right? So, but of course now black here, for example, can play e6. Now I'm gonna go a3 just to avoid all these bishop b4 moves. Bishop e7, I'm just gonna go e4, controlling the d5 break, and after short castle I'll just go knight f3 in order to precisely avoid all this d5. Before castling, d5 is not a good idea because I can take with the c pawn, and then there is some bishop b5 move. And okay, d6 and a6 short castle. There are different plans. If I remember correctly, there was one plan related with bishop f4 and rook c1. It's always interesting to place this rook opposite to the queen on the c file. There are some knight d5 jumps in some lines that could be interesting, right? Taking advantage of this queen on the c file. And Warrior is asking, Pepe, when can we watch some matches between you and El Divis against Jan Gustafsson and Lawrence? That would be really great. So, and we thought about that already, just to have these games in the real board and then just to broadcast them. And yeah, we'll try to do that in the future. So bishop e3, knight f6. Oh, you wanna draw? There's no draw for you, not yet. Okay, I'll go maybe rook c1. His idea probably is to go knight g4, bishop f4, knight e5. But okay, I can always go knight d2, bishop g3 and f4 later. I think it's a good idea to grab some space, but maybe it's also interesting just to go h3 followed by bishop f4, and then I have this nice h2 square for my bishop in case it goes knight h5, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. Bishop f4. Now knight h5, I can always retreat my beautiful bishop to h2. And there's a threat as well, c5 in these positions, taking advantage of this pin. As you can see here now, the d6 pawn is extremely weak. So I'm not so sure now. After c5, he could go e5. And then, yeah, not so sure. After c takes d6, he could go bishop takes d6. So I'm just gonna prepare it. Maybe even bishop h2. So after c5, okay, after e5 my bishop is not attacked, so I could also just play positional, for example with queen d2, rook fd1, b4, just grabbing some space. And if I force him to go something like e5, of course this will create him additional weaknesses on the d5 square, where I could try to install a beautiful knight, right? So yeah, let's just go queen to d2. After c5 should be a good move. Of course, maybe it was already even winning. e5 and knight d5 was a great baboom. So I'm just gonna go, for example, now I would love to go knight to d5. He cannot take. He should go queen to d8, and then queen takes e7. Knight takes e7, queen takes e7, rook fd1, knight e8, still hanging. But then there is some c5. Boom! I'm just gonna go for that. Let's go for that. So knight takes d5. Ah, I see. My e4 pawn is hanging, so not so easy. So okay, let's improve the position step by step. Alright, now I think knight d5 is a huge threat. So maybe he has to go queen to b8 or something like this. But as I told you, I can always try to play slowly on the queen side, for example with b4. One thing is I'm not so happy with my bishop on h2 in this position now, but okay, we won the d5 square, so we win some things and we lose some things in life. So and alright, so he's got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It looks like he is disconnected, so let's wait for him. And again, just calling all those YouTube people. He disconnected, so okay. Bad luck for chess player. Hope we can play another game later. So let's play against La Roca, the Rock in Spanish. So okay, let's I'll try to play different openings so we can learn from different types of positions. So before I play the French now, I'm just trying. Okay, he played d4, so I'm just gonna go from one of my favorite openings, the King's Indian. It's pretty aggressive opening with the black pieces. You get a lot of dynamic positions and it's double-edged. So he goes for this bishop g5 line. So okay, let's go bishop g7, e3 and short castle. Alright, so playing in some sort of London system but with the bishop on g5, right? So for example, let's try to go d5 followed by c5. Just should be interesting enough. Now knight c6 for example, and my bishop would normally come to f5 here, and I can always go queen b6 instead of queen b3, I guess, if I'm not wrong. So knight h4. Okay, let's just retreat our beautiful bishop to d7, knight f3, and for example queen to b6 here. Let's see what he does. He can try to exchange queens with queen b3, or instead just to play something like b3, but that looks really strange. So the natural way of reacting again this queen b6 or queen b3, just proposing the exchange of queens. So queen to b3, I'm just gonna close the position with c4, queen takes b6, a takes b6, and a3. Okay, so stopping all this f5 b4 breaks. Sorry. Now I'm just gonna go rook e8, just aiming to go e5 in some positions. I should reinforce the center with b5 maybe. Okay, he goes knight e5, and that could be actually a mistake, because what happens if I just take on e5? Okay, and then knight g4, but he can take on g4. I win the bishop pair because he cannot defend the e5 pawn. So I think this should be interesting enough just to keep playing. So I just take on knight g4. So now the e5 pawn is hanging. He cannot play f4 because the e3 pawn will fall. So bishop takes e4, bishop takes e4, and I would love to place a bishop on d3. So I hope you let me play bishop d2 and bishop d3. I will be more than happy. I will have some maneuvers with bishop rook a5 for example, and rook b5. That looks interesting. Let's just go for that. Let's just go for that. I'll just go bishop b2 followed by bishop d3, and then you can see this beautiful idea of going rook a5 and rook b5. I don't know if I got time because he can go to d4. So yeah, maybe I should try to break in the center with or maybe first I'll just go rook a5. So in case he goes knight d4, I can go f6. And after e takes f6, bishop takes f6, I can play e5 later. So he goes rook d1, aiming to go rook d2 instead of rook b5. And alright, so still holding the position, yeah? Not so easy. So, alright, all day, all night, all day. Okay. Just gonna go h6, giving some pressure to my king. Maybe g5. It's interesting in some positions. Yeah, it's not easy to break in white's position. So he's got a nice, I mean, not nice position, but it's not easy to create an advantage. Okay. So h3, just giving some fresh air to this guy as well. And what about if I just go, for example, bishop e4? My idea is I want him to play knight d4. Why do I want him to play knight d4? Because then in this positions f6 is stronger. My idea after e takes f6 is just to go bishop takes x6 and no piece can be installed on e5. With the knight on f3 he could play, for example, knight d5 or something like this. So I'll just go king h7 just to prepare f6 so I can take with my bishop on f6 and the h6 pawn is not hanging. So this is my idea. Let's see what he does. If I manage to go f6, bishop takes f6 and e5 later, I will have a lot of space and I will be more than happy. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for me. And just play some chess in this evening, Monday 6th of February. Here enjoying the nice weather in Spain. I'm so happy that I am not in Hamburg anymore with these clouds all the time. But of course I love Germany as well. So f6, after e takes, I want to take with my bishop as I told you. And the idea is just to go e5 and gain a lot of space in the center. If I kick this knight back from d4, then maybe I can try this plan with rook b5, rook b3, bring the other rook to b5. Yeah, this is pretty slow, I know, but maybe it works, yeah. And for those who don't know what's going on in the future in Chess 24, now the Grand Prix is starting. It's very soon, so I don't know if we'll do commentary in English and Spanish, but for sure we'll do some game of the day stuff in English and Spanish. Radio jam. So e6, okay. What about if I just go g5 and then f5? After f3 I always got my beautiful, wow, bishop c7. I didn't see that coming. So maybe rook a6. Wow, actually I missed completely this bishop c7, but I think there's no trouble yet. So I can always, this is getting complicated. I'll just kick this bishop from c7 and maybe even go b5, just trying to interchange this e6 pawn for the b5 pawn. This is far more important, the guy on e6, so I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to remove this guy from e6. So just go back to g3. Now I'm just gonna go b5. If you take this, I'll take this guy on e6. My idea could be to go rook f8 and f5 just to break the position, but looks good for white actually. Knight takes b5. Maybe that's a little mistake because I win this important pawn. Okay, I'm not so sure if he can take the guy on e4. Let's see, because then I have rook d8 and rook d8. Not so sure because there is knight f6. So I'm just gonna go rook b6. So in case he takes on d5, then the b2 pawn is hanging. So, and if he doesn't take on d5, I got this e6 move that's defending this this pawn on d5. I will be quite happy. So knight takes d5 and then bishop takes d5, rook takes b2 later, and he's got rook d7. I can go e5, blocking this the action from this guy on g3. I can bring my king to g6, and hopefully I'll attack the c3 and a3 pawns. So again, guys from YouTube, we are not gonna charge you to look in our webpage, so you are invited to follow us here on Chess 24. So I'm gonna go e6, defending my beautiful pawn on d5. After a5 I can just go rook c6, kicking this knight back to b5. It's actually the only square he's got. So what's my idea now? Maybe rook a8, come with daddy, I want this pawn on a4. After rook a1 there is rook takes e5, give me your pieces, baby. And after a takes e5, rook takes e1, winning the game on the spot. Good, nice game by La Roca. Anyway, actually a lot of troubles to I was like you know, dying without space. I love space in chess, and he was taking out all my space. So there's one guy whose nickname is Can Crush You. He wants to crush me. So from Czech Republic, Petr. So knight f3, knight f6, 5-minute games. I prefer 3-minute games because so more people can play, right? So I'm just gonna be here for 1.5 hours. So if you challenge me 3-minute games, more people can play, right? That's precisely the idea. I got a lot of challenges, so I cannot guarantee that you will play. So I'm gonna go d6 here in King's Indian style, and now c6. This tricky line against with queen b6. I tried this line against Gusti against Jan Gustafsson in the Bundesliga. He actually beat me. It's you know, it's not the best line for black, but it's interesting. Now there are different possibilities. I'm just gonna go queen a6, and there's some plan with knight bd7 and knight b6, putting some pressure on the opponent c4. Wait, maybe it was not this line, but anyway. Anyway, I'm just gonna go knight bd7. The idea is still possible to go knight b6. I have to be careful with my queen because it can be in a pretty strange position after some moves, right? So a3. Now this was my idea. Knight b6. I want to take your pawns, baby. This pawn is so tasty. This pawn's got really nice curry sauce, you know, and I really like Thai food. So c5. Now what's the idea? I could try to play d takes c5 and knight c4, but then I'm pretty scared with rook d1 and bishop f1, for example. I'm not so sure if I'm doing some stupid thing in the opening actually, but okay, another idea could be c takes d5 and wait, what am I doing here? Let's just think a little bit. So d takes c5, knight c4, rook d1, and for example I could go bishop e6 as well, or knight a5 even, but you know, this looks so artificial, so strange. Or even b5 doesn't look so bad. I'm just gonna go for that. Okay, let's take here and knight c4. So my idea after rook d1 is go b5, and then after c takes d5, a takes d5 will be good for me, I guess. And my idea is to bring my bishop on e6, so to start threatening some things from this diagonal. Yeah guys, the crazy guy in the auto commentary, it's me. If you didn't know, probably you didn't know. You know, this is actually a pretty risky job, this streaming sessions. The other day in the Spanish Banterblitz, the studio just came over to my head, you know, like the whole studio came to my head, and you know, I almost die here. So one needs to be careful in this Banterblitz sessions. So I'm just gonna go b5 here. Actually pretty risky what I'm doing, but I have to tell you, now after bishop f1, maybe I can also go knight d7. Actually this is a threat, I think. So a4 is still not threatening anything because the rook on a1 is hanging. So maybe it's now a good time to go knight d7, right? What do you guys think? I think it's actually a good idea because I don't see any option. Okay, he's got queen b4 here in this position. But for example, after queen b4, what can I do? It's not that easy actually. So maybe even queen a5 first, but then he's got bishop f4, bishop g5. Actually I'm playing like a kid, I have to tell you this. So, or even b4, but b4 bishop f1 looks so bad. Looks so bad for me. What am I doing here? I'm just playing like a kid. Or maybe bishop is knight d7, queen b4, queen a5 takes, a takes b5, knight b3, and then at least I got some compensation. Okay, I'm just gonna go for that. Knight d7. So yeah, I think only move for him is queen b4 actually, so otherwise I'll just take this pawn. You know, I'm so damn hungry. DB is actually this Spanish director of Chess 24. He never feeds me. You know, he just gives me some slice of bread with some water, and this is all. You know, this is all I get for working on Chess 24. You know, and this is so unfair. You know, you just almost die here with this streaming sessions with this studio, and then I just get water and bread. You know, not even Spanish ham. You guys should try Spanish ham, jamón ibérico. You should definitely try Spanish ham. If you don't have it in your country, just convince someone to import it, because it's excellent and awesome. So, alright, he's got to go queen b4, and oh, he gives me the pawn for free. Really? Okay, so actually it's quite interesting. Knight takes c5, queen takes b4. Maybe I can go. The idea is just to take on b5. Now the rook on a1 is protected. Okay, I'll just take the pawn on c5 and see if I manage to survive in this position. So queen b4. Actually, knight takes a4. Takes. What am I doing? This looks so dangerous, man. This looks so dangerous. Okay, knight takes, b takes, rook takes, queen b5, queen takes c4. Oh, this is getting. Okay, I cannot do other thing. I have to sacrifice my piece with a5. I should take on a5 and play this position. You know, I'm an expert just stealing, you know, positions. Okay, he took on b5. He had a5, so now I should be more or less happy, just taking in account what could have happened before. So, and yeah, bishop c3 was possible. Actually, maybe the best move. And I'm getting crushed actually. Oh my God, what am I doing here? I don't see anything. Okay. Let's just try to develop some pieces at least. So queen takes c5, bishop e6, still possible to. No, knight takes e7, king h8. Okay, I got and a piece down. I got one pawn, but I want to take the pawn on b2. Let's see. Worse things have happened in chess, you know. So I still believe in me. So knight c3, and now, yeah, let's just move on with rook fc8. Now the queen has to go to b4. But I'm just blundering every single piece. Okay, let's take here, and knight takes b2. Okay, knight takes b2, 1 minute and 15 seconds. I have to tell you that actually playing in English doesn't help me. So, but he blundered because knight takes e1. He cannot take on a8 because the rook on a1 is hanging. So he's got to go rook takes e1, and now I can free my rook to b8. And okay, no. What I mean, I'm saying some stupid bullshit all the time because I'm just blundering everything in this game. This is just terrible. Okay, let's run at least. Let's run. I'm bishop c3. So 25 seconds. I still trust my guy here. Okay, I'm just gonna go rook b5 here. 20 seconds. Bishop f6 for example. And rook b4. Let's go. e5 takes. I have to wake up. That's really true. King g7, rook a3. Okay, king h6, f5. Here. Let's go. Let's run. I'm not so sure if he will manage to. Let's see. Oh, he's got bishop g8. Yep, he's got bishop g8, so well done. I just okay, still this is a draw. But I don't have time, so still this is a draw, but I don't have any time. Okay, well done. So now we should focus. I just lost 30 points now. Okay, so for example, Adam 14. Baboom, they made me baboom. Yeah, that's really true. Let's play the Benko. I've got a series in the Spanish channel about the Benko, most precisely about the Perunovic variation. It's just one line that Perunovic actually started to play. Instead of recapturing on a6 very quickly, he just went bishop g7, short castle, and then queen a5. Even players like Catalan, for example, they have used it. So knight c3, I'm just gonna go b4 here. He gave me one time. Okay, knight a4, just gonna go d6, defending my c5 pawn, bishop g7, now bishop g2. Oh, he goes rook b1, and this actually gives me the chance to go bishop f5, but then bishop d3. Okay, I'll just go short castle, and then there's some plan, for example, knight b7, knight b6, and for example, and now the a2 pawn is actually pretty weak. There are some plans related with with even go double rooks in the a file, for example. So yeah, let's develop my pieces. For example, I've also got the e6 break. This is also pretty standard reaction, just aiming to break in the center. So after d takes e6, bishop take e6. Pepe, if you play speaking in English, when Jan in Spanish. Actually, Jan has done many sessions in Spanish with us here in Madrid, for example. So he actually speaks really excellent Spanish. So e takes d5. I'm just gonna go rook e8 check now, taking advantage that he didn't go short castle before. After bishop e3, I can just go knight g4, just aiming to take this tasty bishop on e3. So yeah, I think I got nice position. If he goes king f1, I can just continue normal development. For example, bishop g4. Oh, he goes bishop e2. Give it to me. Boom, bishop f5. Don't cry after this move. Now he's got to go queen to b2, and now knight g4, and the whole rook is mine. I don't want to even take on b1 straight away. I should go knight g4. So this queen has to go to d2. Just even knight e4 was winning the whole queen actually. So, but even these moves wins the whole queen, because after queen d2 there is bishop c3. Yeah, there's not much to do now. There's not much hope for Adam 14. So queen to d2, and now actually I can choose between, yeah, I'll just go bishop d3. I like queens, so I should take this beautiful queen on d2. So thanks for the game, Aran Yusuf from Armenian, and I should take one stronger player. I won some of my rating points back. Actually, I'm quite sad now about that game. You know, I played like a patzer, you know. I played like a real patzer. I'm just gonna go and play the Philidor, one of my favorite defenses that I used in my career a lot of times in my tournaments. So knight f6, knight c3 and e5. This is the idea of the Philidor. The endgame is considered not to be dangerous at all for black, so the main line goes knight f3 and knight b7. There are two options for black after knight f3. You can also take on d4 and play bishop e7 short castle, but my favorite is just to go knight b7 or d5. This should be actually pretty strange move. Yeah, let's just play in the King's Indian style. For example, the other move is just bishop e7. So f3. So we have some sort of same-ish style position, but with the pawn on c4. So this actually should favor black a little bit. So I can strike back in the center with c6. Yeah, you guys, I think you guys followed yesterday Radio Jam, right? I love Radio Jam. Let's go F5. Let's just try to create some space in the king side. This is of course pretty double-edged as well because yeah, I'm opening my own king, but I just want to gain some space. The standard reaction as well would be to break with C6 as well, aiming to open some files, given the fact that he went the long castle. So, and bishop G5. Let's just see what he wants. I mean, probably he should go bishop H6. What I mean is actually it's good to exchange. This actually was not a good idea from him because in these positions my bishop is blocked by the pawn on E5, and actually his bishop is the best piece. Now he's got weaknesses on the black squares, so now I should see what I want to do with my life. And one idea could be to go knight b7 or knight c5, for example. I'm a bit afraid about knight b5, so I'll just go a6 here, and then maybe b5, knight d7, and knight c5, for example. Yeah, Philidor doesn't look me like a good opening. Serious sent. Actually, I could agree that it's not played in the elite tournaments, but you know, the rest of mortals, the rest of players, actually we can almost play every opening, you know, and everything more or less will be decided in other aspects, right? So he wants to go maybe g4, but that actually doesn't worry too much because I can just take. And then just install a beautiful knight on f4. But the thing is, he could actually go e takes f5 now. Actually, maybe I should have closed the position maybe with f4. And okay, now he gave me the chance to do it. So I think I'll do it. f4, because he could go e takes f5 and g4. And now he will be in the e5, the e4 square. Alright, so I'll just go maybe b5. Yeah, b5 looks to me like a good move. And now I want to continue with knight c5, b4, maybe a5, just try to create some sort of attack on the queen side. And yeah, you saw, I guess you saw the action in Gibraltar, right? Yeah, my good friend Anton, he did one of the best performances ever for Spanish player. If not the best, yeah. He made the performance of 2,850 rating points, actually quite impressive. And whoa, what do we have here? Maybe b4, it's good. Maybe b4. Whoa, the pawn on e4 looks so tasty. I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if you guys follow me, so let's try to calculate all together. b4, boom. Knight d1. F takes e3, boom, h takes g3, bishop takes g4, f takes e4, knight takes e4, queen takes b4, knight h takes g3, and that looks to me like a good position, and the b file is open, so let's go for that. Boom, b4, give me your pawns, baby. So, knight d1, now I should take here on g3, after h takes g3, now bishop takes g4, and knight takes e4. Maybe I'm blundering something because I'm an expert blundering things in life, but, okay, maybe I missed queen e3, but I've got knight f6, g5, yeah, not so sure. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Wait. Maybe takes queen e3. I could actually try to even take on g3. It doesn't look so bad for black. Then I can that's actually pretty double edge. So okay, let's try to do that. Or maybe I could, no, I can just retreat my knight to f6, and the pawn on e4 is gonna fall anyway. So knight f6, this was the move. What am I thinking about? I'm so stupid. So I was calculating all the time knight takes e4, but queen e3, and then I had some troubles. Now this position is the dream of every person. So I can just take here on e4, and then the b file is mine, the wall is mine, beep, 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 beep. knight takes e4, and as you see now, so the queen actually hasn't got so many squares. For example, he goes to c4, knight takes e, knight c2, and bishop d3. All right, so let's just go rook b8. This is just a tempo that I want to make use of. So queen e1, and I think I can just take now on d3 and then just play knight c5, for example. This looks good to me. So just gonna go for this. So c takes d3. I'll just go knight c5. He has to pay attention to the b2 pawn as well. So I mean, what I mean is still cannot activate his knight because the b2 pawn is hanging. Some e4 move could destroy him. In who's Divis? Divis, we got him on the chat. He is my boss. He is actually treating me like a slave, you know, only bread and water and this sort of stuff. Like you know, I'm starving, guys. So please provide me some food in the future. Okay, so I should try to open the position. Maybe with e4 looks good to me, or even rook f3. Rook f3, actually it's even better. I think knight f2, just bring the other rook to f8 maybe, and the pawn on d3 is hanging. So yeah, let's go and play rook f3. And there's no way to defend the d3 pawn. The only way I see is just to play knight f2. But then some tricks appear in the position. Even knight a4 could be interesting as well at some point. So after b3, e4, and the position is completely open. His king is so naked, you know. If we would be playing strip chess instead of strip poker, he would be completely naked and will be with my coats, you know, enjoying life, you know, like pretty warm, you know, in this winter, you know. When ends this Banterblitz? In 45 minutes at 7:30 Central European Time. I'll go and try to get some food. Okay, now I would love to go e4 here. I think it's just a very good move. d4, I can just go knight d3 and aiming to take on b2. The d4 pawn is hanging. I'm just gonna go for that. e4. Now knight d3. So I want to take on b2 now. He should go b3, but then queen takes d4. I come with all my soldiers here just to try to crush him. Queen takes d4, not only you know, threats to go queen b2 in some positions, but also now actually I'm threatening as well to go rook f2, destroying him completely. So yeah, queen takes, or maybe first rook f2, but he's got queen c3. So I'm just gonna go queen takes d4. A pawn is a pawn. Pawn is a pawn. Knight c2 probably. And no, knight c2 is just checkmate in one move. Yeah. So knight c4. I can just take on c4. I think. Wow, rook h7. He wants to give me checkmate. There's no checkmate, so let's take it. So rook h1, I can just go back to, queen h2, sorry. So king g8, and then there is always the safe option, queen b2, and I forget about everything, yeah. So it's just a rook up, and he's got 14 seconds. He's trying to trick me, this guy. He's a bad person. So only 20 seconds. I'm just gonna take all the pawns, and rook d3, so the king is cut, and now let's go. Here. Queen. Queen a5 followed by rook d2 is gonna be checkmate. Thanks for the game, the Mad King. Let's keep playing, and for example, let's take see a lot of new users, so which is always good news, and some strong player. 300 Quarco, and I'm gonna go for the English Opening, one of my favorites. Just to remind you, for those who just joined, the Grand Prix series start pretty soon, and I exactly don't know the way we will be covering it, but for sure there will be some gain of the days, and hopefully commentary as well. So we are back with the action. Now I'm gonna play the Catalan. I also got a series about the Catalan in the Spanish channel. Hopefully I will translate it to English someday. So d takes c4 and bishop d7, for example. This is a line that I faced in the Gibraltar Masters in Gibraltar just a couple of days ago. And knight c6. Okay, I'm just gonna go short castle and try to play e3 here. the idea could be just to recapture the pawn. Yeah, I just want to recapture this pawn. How to do that? For example, with queen a4. Let's go for this. Let's just try to bring back Carlitos. We got twins Carlitos in this position. So queen takes c4. Now the pawn is mine. And rook d1. This move is pretty standard in these positions because we always put the rook opposite to the queen in the same file. And yeah, let's go knight c3. In case it goes b4, I always got this nice spot on a4 where I can jump to c5 later. And then I got the choice as well to use in the center, play some e4 move at some point. But you know, I would love to first to develop my pieces. But this is the perfect time to go e4 because there's no b4 and he wants to go probably knight d5 or c5. And but c5 still I think is quite risky because the queen is on d8 and my rook is on d1. So this is nice news for us. So after c5 I could check and maybe knight e5 using the fact that the queen is still on d8. c5, he is not afraid. He wants to kick my ass. c5. And now different options, right? So I could go a3. I could take on c5 and play knight e5, but I think that's not enough. Or maybe d5. d5 is actually quite interesting. Ah, no, he's got e takes d5 and c4, trying to install a beautiful knight on d3. So I'm just gonna kick this knight back to c6. In case it goes there, I'll just go d5, opening the d file for my beautiful pawn, creating a pass pawn. Enjoy life here, playing this Banterblitz with all of Chess24 users. So d5, e takes d5, e takes d5, and now knight takes d4. Wow, he's dancing with that knight. That knight is dancing a lot of tangos here. He wants to go to b3 probably. So now I have different d6. Is just winning a piece. I hope I didn't kill you guys. And oh, you see, this is too risky, you know. One day you will have to pray for me, you know. I'm just gonna die doing these Banterblitz's sessions. Bishop f4 is coming, so he should pay attention to that. I didn't want to go bishop f4 straight away because he got he had knight h5 and oh, e5. Okay. Not a problem. I'm just using now the d5 square, so I should develop my bishop to g5. And now I want to exchange on f6 and play knight g5. Ooh, he goes... I'm just going to take here. No problem. He goes knight takes e1. I'll just go bishop e7, intermediate move. We call it in Spanish intermierda, you know. That actually means inter shit. But, you know, let's talk about other things in life. So, knight d5, you see this knight, you know, is enjoying all the views from the balcony, you know. This knight's got a nice balcony. You can see all the field with a lot of beautiful things, you know. It's pretty exotic place for this knight. And, okay, ooh, this looks dangerous for him because the queen is just... I got 45 seconds, should stop talking bullshit and just trying to win the game, right? Okay, bishop f3, just queen f3 now, the f6 pawn is hanging. So let's just take this guy here. Rook takes d4 and now knight f6. Maybe it's not good enough, but now queen a5. Boom, 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 boom. And thanks for the game, Quarco. And yeah, let's play against the Terminator. Don't finish me. Don't finish me. Alright. Let's go now e4. Just playing more aggressive style. So the Terminator from Germany. So, mein Name ist Pepe, ich komme aus Spanien, aber ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber nicht sehr gut. is not there, so I should abort the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. So let's pick another one. For example, Artig. I know, just me. File? Actually, you can say file in English. Actually you say file, just me, when you mean the column. Yeah, in Spanish we say column. It's the direct translation, but I think people say file to mean the columns in the chessboard. So d6, d4, and knight takes d4, knight c3. He's gonna go for the knight or variation maybe, or g6 the dragon. I'm just gonna go solid with g3. This actually, I love this line, just to play some blitz. Bishop g2, so I forget about theory, you know. I never had the chance to learn so much theory with my engineering stuff, so I prefer to play some shit openings. Not shit, but you know, so bishop g, oh, he actually moved and I'm just doing nothing here. So the idea after short castle knight c6 is just to go knight e2. Okay, bishop g4, just gonna go f3. This is called, in Spanish we call him Facundo, and in English it's got the same name. So and yeah, let's go knight e2 anyway. And after knight c6, I could actually try to go, for example, bishop e3, or maybe king h1 first. Yeah, king h1. It's always good to remove this king from this diagonal once they provoke us to play f3. So it's my life, it's now or never. So one of the ideas in this line is just to install a knight on d5. For example, I'll go a4. Once I saw a game from Salgado. Ivan Salgado is Spanish number 3, where actually he did some plan with rook a2, b3, knight d5, c4, and actually I was quite impressed by that plan from Ivan, that I tried to repeat it in some games, but you know, I played slightly much worse than Ivan, of course. So let's see if I can try to do something different. So my idea was to go knight d5 here, and after takes, he takes d5, knight e5. One of the ideas has to go rook a2, b3 and c4, but of course he can try to contemplate with b5. One of the things that actually would like to mention here is after b5 or b6, the c6 square is extremely weak, right? So after some move like knight d4, f4 and knight c6, black could be in trouble. Yes, KP, yeah, my PhD is finished. I had the defend in the, I had to, sorry, I don't want to blunder or anything, so I will go this rook a2 move. You know, it's so cute, yeah. I had my disputation of my PhD in November, so I'm done with that. Now I got a job for September, but I'm not sure if I will take it or not. So now looking for some good options. Bishop a3, actually, that actually really bothers me a lot. So I love this fianchetto bishop. So king takes e2, and as I told you, b5, black always has to deal with the knight d4 and knight c6 ideas. Okay, he goes for that. He doesn't pay attention to me. That's something that actually it's a good idea. And I will go bishop e3, and one of the ideas could be to go h3 and f4, precisely to avoid this knight g4 jumps, or maybe knight d4 straight away. I'll just go knight d4. Knight d4, there's some queen c3, so I'll just go h3. The idea is just to kick this knight back with f4, queen d3, knight d4 maybe, and if I manage to bring this beautiful corcel to the c6 square, and happy birthday to our friend Lerwins from Venezuela. Really beautiful country in South America. I never had the chance to go there, but I will do. Go f4. He's got to go knight d7. There's no other square for him, and yeah, actually I've got a lot of witnesses with a bishop on d7 and a bishop on d2. This would be actually perfect for me, but don't like so much the position, I have to tell you. Okay, queen d2 and knight c5. He wants to jump to e4. Yeah, I don't like so much my position now. Yeah, I did something wrong for sure. But okay, let's the d5 pawn is extremely weak. Not so sure about my position. Let me think for a while. Okay, c4, he takes, and the b3 pawn is hanging actually, so I cannot go for that. So bishop d4. The only thing is now the d5 pawn is too weak. It's so weak. So knight e4, I got queen e3. And yeah, he's playing very well. Fabrizio Grozzo from Argentina. Really beautiful country as well. So bishop d4, knight takes e4. I should play much faster if I don't want to die in this game. So queen f5. Wow, aiming to go queen e4 check. So let's take on g7, and after king takes I can just go queen to d4 maybe. Yeah, let's go queen d4 here, and now I can bring my rook back to a1 at least. So queen f6, and yeah, just rook a1. I've got just 1 minute and 24 seconds, and I have to be really careful in this position because my pawn on c2 is extremely weak. I need to quickly bring a knight to d4 and c6. I want to survive here, or maybe put some pressure on the a7 pawn, but I think black's position is better. It's got the c5, it's got the d5 weakness, so maybe that queen takes e4 was a slight mistake. So knight e4. Wow, he's coming. Rook takes rook e1, and now he cannot go f5. Now there's rook takes e7, actually knight takes e5, knight e6, queen g8, sorry. I have to take here, and wow, he goes rook e8, and maybe that's a mistake. I'm just gonna go rook e1, takes, and knight d5, and this is becoming extremely complicated here. I think now could be a bit better for white. I got the d6 pawn, it's pretty weak, so I just go rook d7. I need to take this guy on d6. If rook a6, I got knight b5, sorry, and the pawn on d6 is just lost, right? Because after knight d4 I got king f3, and he cannot defend this knight to f5. Okay, so he sacrifices the pawn and wants to activate the rook. Wow, this is getting wild. I need to make a queen. I'll just go rook d7, aiming to go maybe knight d6 here. Knight d6, check. Knight c5. He's got to go rook e2, king f3 is coming, and then king f3 is coming. I don't want to be checkmated here. Let's just go and play d6. What's going on, guys? I don't understand anything. Rook d8 and d7 is a threat, and then just remove the rook from there. So knight d1. I'm just gonna go knight d4 check. If king e6, I got rook e7. He's got to go back to g7. And now queen e7 maybe. Rook e7 maybe. d7 is the threat. He's got 1 minute and 40 seconds, and I got 26 seconds. So yeah, let's just go d7, and now after rook takes b3, I've got king e2. The rook cannot come to d3. Just 21 seconds. I should play faster. So after rook e3, whoa. Now I can take this guy here, and d8. This is a queen. That's a queen. Rook b2. I just got king d2, or queen d4 check. Give it to me. Give me that rook, baby. Yeah, we're gonna win this game, hopefully. With a queen and a rook up, should be enough with 13 seconds. So I'm just gonna go pre-move. Queen f6, and I don't wanna give him stalemate. Okay, thanks for the game. That was really close. Really close. And I wanna play a really strong player now. There was a 3,000 player I saw. Abrito, yeah, from Spain, actually from my city, a kid with 15 years old, and I don't know, almost 2400. Okay, so let's just go knight f3 here. Let's see what he plays. 3008 points he's got. This Abrito is extremely strong, so he plays King's Indian sometimes, I think. So okay, g6, g3. Let's just try to play fast. d4, and it's gonna go d6 here. Knight bd7, c3, and I always forget what to play here in these positions. So I'm just gonna go e4 here. e4 and then knight e8. What is this line? a4. I'm just gonna play knight c7. I'm going rook e5 here. Okay, bishop f4. I'm just gonna go bishop f4 here, knight e5, and bishop e3. The idea is just to go a5. Okay, I got to go b3 here, and well, it's interesting position. Well, I was about to blunder in one move. Queen d2. It's got to go f5 maybe, but okay, this can get extremely double-edged. f6, that's actually interesting. Okay, let's just try to break with f4. Facundo pawn is coming to the action, so let's improve our pieces. For example, rook f1, rook e1, and we just got 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Bishop g4. What is that move? What's his idea? Okay, I'm just gonna take here and then play bishop g5, just attacking the e7 pawn. It's got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I got 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Maybe he wants to go knight f7, so I should pay attention to this. So, not so clear. I don't see what to do. Maybe I'll just go knight b5. Aiming to go some d6 at some point after the exchange of knights, and I also remove the pressure of the e4 pawn. Actually, this knight has got a nice blockade, so on d6, so it should be a good idea to remove it. Yeah, actually not so sure what to do next. It's got a solid position, but as Alekinin is saying in the chat, actually it's got a bad bishop, and I should focus now on the, I don't know. Okay, I'll take with my a pawn. Queen d6, queen d6, h3. Let's remove this bishop from here. Bishop d7, and just king h2. Rook a8, rook a8. Let's just take here, and rook f1. I should be fast. Rook f1, and he cannot actually. Well, he can go rook a8. But then maybe he wants to create some break with a4. Actually, that's a good idea. So bishop h6 here and rook a8. Whoa, whoa, whoa! He wants to break on. He wants to push the a pawn. It's got 3,000 rating. So bishop g5, bishop f6. Yeah, my position is it's not too bad. Yeah, bishop g5. And bishop f6, I can go bishop e3 just to keep playing. I want to keep playing, so if he goes bishop f6, I don't know if it's already triple repetition. Okay, let's just try to play. Let's just try to play. I don't want the draw. Maybe I'll end up losing for sure, but you know, we are here to play. We are not here just to give a draw, right? So I'm just gonna go h4 here, and bishop g4. Okay, maybe it's a good idea to do what? Maybe it's a good idea to what? Boom, 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 bim, bim, bim. Bishop h6. And after bishop g7, okay, rook a8, and let's go bishop f3 here. Bishop f3, exchanging this bishop here. I'm not so sure about this move at all. Queen d7, okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Bishop e3. Wow, I'm not sure what's going on. Rook f2, for example. I need to play faster and faster. Bishop f1, bishop f1, bishop e2. Now I want to take with my queen and play g4 maybe, or h5. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's just try to open the files. 48 seconds. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know what's going on. This actually looks pretty dangerous for me. I should go g4. Let's just try to go g5 and queen f3 and see what's going on here. a4, okay, takes, okay, I'll just go queen f3, rook f8, I can just go queen g3, takes on f2, I can take with my bishop, bishop f6, bishop e3, Queen f5, queen f3, yes, queen f5. What's going on in this endgame? Should be a draw, should be a draw. I'll bring yes my king to e4, and he cannot move. Yeah, he can move actually. So bishop h2, he got bishop g7. I don't see any reasonable way of winning this game, so this should be a draw, and we made the draw. Thanks for the game, Brito. So, all right, let's keep playing then. Thanks for the game, Abrito. And for example, the blitz enemy. I got an enemy here from Germany again. So, Schöne Partie, blitz enemy. Again, switching to my favorite English opening. If I was hanging, you said, somebody said in the chat, but I didn't see the way to win this game. Actually, what black had all the time a really solid position. So, okay, g6, g3, and then let's play, as my brother used to call it, the bull. You know, the bull with e4. The bull system. This is not the Botvinnik system or whatever. This is just the bull system. You know, so you should learn it. And knight a6, maybe it's just good to go now. d4 looks good now. So after e takes d4, just knight takes d4, and I should use the fact that he didn't play d5 yet, so maybe bishop f4 actually avoids the d5 break, because after bishop takes c7, then the d5 pawn is hanging. He doesn't play d5. I'll just put this monster on d6. This is a real monster on d6. Okay, he doesn't want me to use the monster. Alright, so maybe knight de2, just putting more pressure and more pressure. Or maybe just queen d2. Queen d2 followed by rook a d1. This looks so natural to me. Knight e6. This is just a pawn for free or not? No, because bishop takes e6 and the d, and Carlitos is hanging. So Carlitos, we should defend Carlitos. And the question is how to do that. There is another interesting idea. It's just to take on d6, bishop takes c4 and rook d1, because actually after, yeah, I'll just go b3. After d5 I can just sacrifice and take sacrifice the rook on a1. This is just an exchange. The Toro system, you are right. Now rook a d1 looks natural, and there's one idea of going c5 in this position. I missed queen a5 actually. Maybe I should have brought my other rook to the d file, and then this rook I think belongs more to the c file. But anyway, he went for queen e7. Not so sure about, even though if this knight was defended, not so sure about taking this c6 pawn. So I'm just gonna go rook e1. And there are some ideas related with d. Oh, this is so nice. You know, I don't care if it's not winning or not, but I have to play. I have to go for this, because this is one idea I always like to show in these streamings. What are you doing, Abrito, with 3,000 rating points? Man, you should get some sleep as well and study. Okay, it takes studying in school. I mean, not only blitz games. 3,000 rating points. You got more rating points than Jan in this web, you know. Okay. You see. Let's say. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. No, it doesn't work. So, first of all, what I should do is just to focus, because I don't have any time. I wanted to go something crazy there. There is something crazy actually. Whoa. Bishop h3. Rook takes e1. Rook takes e1. Queen takes. No, doesn't work. So I didn't say anything. Okay, let's take here. And for example, maybe bishop h3. 40 seconds. Woof. I need to play much faster if I don't want to lose some time in this game. So I'm gonna shut up, like everybody says to me during my normal life. Shut up, Pepe. You know, you're such a. What's going on here? Queen f7. I'm just gonna go rook e1 here, and he has got to go b5, and I'm just gonna go bishop g2. Now I need to go bishop d5 here in this position. Otherwise I can just try to go queen d5 and exchange queens. I loved endgames, so let's just go queen d5, takes, and rook b8. I got some bishop d8 move that could be really interesting. Let's just go for this. Rook d8, bishop d8, and now knight b6. I got bishop c7. Bishop c7, that looks more than interesting. 70 seconds, I've got just 28 seconds. I should play faster. So knight b6, bishop c7, rook c8. I can just take on d6, and then the pawn on e5 is hanging. Go. Otherwise I'm just threatening to go bishop c7 and bishop takes b7, just winning the games on the spot. Bishop c7, as I told you. Let's go for this. Let's just go for this. So rook c8, bishop takes c6. This is for me. This is for free. I love pawns for free. So takes on e5. Takes. Whoa. This is a pawn for free. Rook e7. Rook takes b7. And the pawn on a5 on a7 is hanging. So he has to defend it. Rook a7. I'm just going to bring my king now. Let's just go for this a4 maybe. a4, I'm just gonna create a pass pawn right now over there. Takes and okay, let's just go play h3 and h4. Okay, this is a pawn for free. Takes and f4. Facundo always solving the situation. Let's go. Rook takes e5. It's coming. Rook a6. Go. f6. Check. I'm getting crazy, guys. Sorry. And this is checkmate. Whoa. Now it is. Boom. And yeah, of course. Thanks for the game, Blitz enemy. We can be friends now. Don't be so bad with me. Okay, another 2500 player. Pepe played the Budapest Gambit. I also created that series against the Budapest Gambit. I think it's actually pretty, not the best choice, I would say. In high level chess, I would say. But of course, as I told you, in our level, in the level of mortals, every opening is playable. Are you there, Panerch from UK? Facundo is the F pawn and is the F pawn, so you should know Facundo. It's actually pretty good guy, And okay, knight c3. Let's just go for the Binauer variation, c5. And this can get crazy as well. Knight e7, queen g4, and I'm just gonna go for short castle. Bishop g3 is the theory. Let's just go c4 here, just a secondary line. The main line I think is queen c7 or something like this, but okay, there are several moves here. Bishop b2, I'm just gonna go queen a5 here, and bishop d2. You can start dancing with the queen here, queen a4, and now queen b5, just to enter in the b2. So people play normally bishop c1 and then queen a5. It's just a little cute dance, just some tango. We are dancing here with the queen a5, queen a4, queen b5, queen a5, and then f6. Always Facundo, bishop c1 and queen a5. And knight e2, okay, f6. This position where actually one of the ideas after e takes f6 and rook f6 have been played. So of course is to give this bishop some fresh air. So after some move like knight bc6, we would be threatening already to play e5 and bringing all our soldiers to the center. And let's see what he does. f4 is actually pretty double-edged, because if I take on e5, I can take on e5, and then he will have trouble. Either way he takes with the f5, because now he can't castle, or he will have trouble if he takes with the d5, because this diagonal will get open. So I'm just gonna go knight c6, and there's different tricks here. So he has to pay attention all the time to this knight takes d4, knight takes e5, and now I'm just gonna develop my pieces with bishop d7. Maybe I can bring my knight to f5, or in case of danger to g6 at some point. Yeah, as I told you, bishop d7 looks natural, but the thing is, what are you gonna do about this, man? What are you gonna do with your king on the center? It's actually so naked. Okay, he found a nice idea of going bishop a3, but first he's got to deal with the a4 pawn. So after bishop a3 I could just take on a4 and still the rook on a1 is hanging. This is the problem he gets without the castling of the king. And rook f1. Alright. All day, all night, all day, all night. Viva la fiesta. What about if I just take on f1 and bring the other rook, and then he manages to get a short castle over there, more or less some sort of short castle. So not so sure. I don't want him to give a nice place to that king, you know. So I'm just gonna go knight f5. That actually, if he goes something like queen h3, that could be natural, of course, because he wants to kick this knight with g4. Then I can take on d4. Now you see the troubles on this c3 pawn and on the king on the center. Oh, we have some of the YouTube people that actually has joined us on our site. So bishop d2 is actually quite interesting. Maybe it's now time to go b5. What do you guys think? Say yes, b5 looks natural. So I'm gonna capture this pawn on a4. And I know sometimes actually it's getting dangerous, this, because he wants to go to h5. So I don't like this at all. So maybe king h8, and then after knight h5 some rook f7, but this is getting dangerous already. Okay, I'm gonna go rook f7 first, and after knight g5 I can just go king h8. I think still I don't see his attack that is so clear. I have just one plan. It's just okay, he's coming. He's actually coming. So it's getting quite dangerous, this. So as I was telling you, I'm gonna try to make a queen. If I just get checkmated, life is hard, you know, and I'll move on. The wall is mine. The wall is mine. What's going on here? So yeah, I think I got to go king h8. This is getting so dangerous, yeah. Rook h3. Wow, there are some tricks here actually. Rook h3, still not a problem. What about if I just bring my rook to f8? This idea is interesting because maybe I can try to create some action on the f file. For example, knight takes d4 and rook f1. Wow, this is actually really good. Knight takes d4 is a threat. Knight takes d4 is actually a huge threat, because then will rook f1 and rook f2 followed by queen takes d2 would come. Oh, he saw that. So then I just push my a pawn. Queen h3. He's doing his progress as well. Okay, a2. This is almost a queen. And now what to do? Not easy at all. Not easy at all. Okay, I'll just go back here. Knight e7 and rook takes f7. I hope I don't get checkmated. Now I got this g6 square for my knight. It's interesting. I can bring my other knight. And my plan is to go queen a3 or queen b2 and trap this rook or make a queen. Wow! I didn't see that. Woo! Okay, rook f3. Let's just go for this, and king takes, bishop h6. Yeah, let's go for this. Let's just try to take this guy, bishop h6 and then king h8. I got this knight g6 just to cover from all the threats of checkmate. So I think we are winning because the c3 pawn is hanging. There's some queen c3, boom. At some point, bishop h6, king g8, bishop takes f8, then queen c3. That's a huge boom. So he cannot do that. Instead, bishop h6, king g8, queen h4. I got just simply knight g6, just protecting my beautiful king with some coats, some jackets. Nothing. queen h6. I think I just got this move here. So king g8, no problem. And now the bishop on f3 is hanging. So the thing is he cannot activate the bishop on d2. h4. Whoa. That give me. Rook f3. Boom. Knight e7. Now I can recapture my knight with my other knight, and I got the extremely solid position over there. That's not a problem. Now I can go just queen a3 and queen b2. Oh, he's coming with king e2. I'll just back with rook f8, for example, and a piece up. So if I don't win this game, I'll retire from chess. So rook h1. Okay, so I'm just gonna go queen a3. He's gonna go rook h1, but I got rook f7 just protecting everything, and now I just want to make a queen on a1. A queen is coming. Boom. Bishop g5. What's going on? a1. That's a queen. Takes. Queen c3, and everything is falling. c2, d4, and my pieces defend everything pretty good. So all right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And let's play against Juan Molinas. Because of the name, I can imagine he's Spanish or from South America or Latin America. Sorry. Yeah. From Paraguay. Actually, I played against him the other day, and he's actually a good player. I mean, his rating doesn't say that too much, but he's actually a good player. He put me in some trouble. So e5. Then we are in my favorite Philidor. I want some of his drugs too. No, just water, as I told you, and orange juice. You know, it's just I'm crazy because I'm crazy. Don't blame the drugs. You know. Don't blame the drugs. The drugs are not guilty. It's just me. So chess is a game where you should be relaxed. It's a game for sirs, you know. It's a game for people that are actually smart, you know, and intelligent and all these sort of things, you know. Not for crazy and stupid people, you know. So yeah, now I'm threatening to take on e4, as you can see. So actually to solve the tension in the center is not the best idea in the Philidor. That's why white barely plays this d takes e5, because now the tension is full, and now you can even have some troubles in the opening, as you can see. So I'm just gonna go short castle here. And queen c4. Okay, so what about if I just play? Yeah, not so sure. I want to take on c3, b takes c3, but not so sure. So queen e7. The thing after yeah, I think this is the move. After short castle, I can just go c6, controlling the d5 square. It's always nice for white to try to jump over there. And short castle, and yeah, c6. And maybe I can play something like knight b6, or not so sure. Bishop e3. Okay, how do I take advantage of this queen on c4? It's actually really in a bad position. So for example, okay, I'm going to play knight b6. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky because after knight, bishop takes b6, a takes b6, knight e5, I got bishop c3, queen takes c3, knight d4, and I don't lose any pawn. So I was pretty lucky there. So knight e5, bishop takes c3, queen takes, knight takes c6, bishop b takes c6, queen c3. Actually, maybe I'm losing a pawn. Maybe I'm losing a pawn. So, well, not entirely sure, because after knight c6 I got queen e4. Alright, let's just take here on c3. After queen takes c3, knight e4, at least we are balancing material. And Yeah, knight e4. He's got to go queen d4 in this position because the knight on e5 is hanging there. I don't see any other move. And for example, I could go bishop f5. Yeah, now I like my position a lot because now rook d8 is a threat, for example. The knight on e5 is hanging. Even c5 could be a threat at some point. And yeah, he's forced to play f4, which is not ideal, let's say, opening the position for the king. And yeah, if I would love to end up in this diagonal, which actually would give me pretty nice options. So maybe, and just maybe, okay, c5. Let's just play fast, 1 minute each. For example, queen e3. I could try to set up some tricks. For example, rook f8, knight d6, and f6. Just using the fact that the queen would be unprotected on that position. So maybe just yeah, let's just bring this rook because there could be some troubles. Wow, did I just blunder g4? That was what I was about to say. So maybe no, I didn't blunder. I'm lucky again because I got bishop g6 and after f5 the knight on e5 is hanging, so still alive. And yeah, my idea is just go bishop b5. All right, rook d8. We have to play fast and takes on g6 and rook a1. Yeah, he's playing pretty slow. Takes and rook e1. Now I should be careful and not play f5 or something like this because wow. Ay. Okay, I got to sacrifice my queen because I cannot go f5 because of bishop c4. So okay, let's just play queen h4 and queen takes e4 and let's sacrifice the the queen. Or maybe rook d2 as well. He's playing very slow. He's playing very slow. Okay, bishop e2, let's just play rook d4. He's playing very slow, so I think he's gonna lose. I remember now this player from Paraguay. Yeah, rook d2, you should play faster. You know what I mean, Juan Molinas. You know what I mean, Juan Molinas. And I'm just gonna play the last game. Probably tonight we'll be doing some Banterblitz in English with David Martinez, maybe Anton. Anton is one of our second Spanish player. He made a really excellent performance in Gibraltar. And let's finish with a hard game against a strong player, C Mojito. And yeah, let's try to finish with some crazy game. Knight f3. C Mojito is not there, so we have to abort the game. Sorry. And then let's pick another player. For example, Hans Gerard. Hans Gerard, are you there? Yeah. Okay, knight f3. Play the Catalan, Pepe. Let's see if he allows me to do that. g6. No, we got King's Indian or Grunfeld with d5. Let's see what he plays. So d5 will be the Grunfeld. Short castle will be entering the King's Indian. After that I will go e4, just occupying all the center. So d6, we are in the King's Indian. Let's see what happens. So knight bd7, just bishop e2, just aiming to go short castle in the next move. e5, I'm just gonna close the position with d5. My next move is just short castle, knight c5, queen c2. What do we have here? We got the Petrosian variation of the King's Indian. I'm just gonna go queen c2 here. And yes, for example, I'll play bishop g5 here. The ideal setup for white is just to go bishop e3 and knight d2. Of course, now black cannot avoid it. Should play knight g4. Maybe he was scared about bishop takes c5 and a3 and then the e5 pawn is hanging. But now I just reached the ideal setup against the King's Indian with my bishop on e3 and the knight on d2. I got Davis there dancing to me. So commentating what minute? Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna do some crazy chess that we are used to do in Spanish, that where Davis plays a 1 minute game and Anton? Yeah. Acuérdate que tengo que... Va. Okay, bishop g4, and now this is considered to be excellent for white, I guess, because now the plan is pretty fast. I just want to go b3, a3, and b4. Yeah, he's gonna try to close here on the king side and then just play g5, g4, and try to kill me with his pieces over there. But let's see who's faster. The good thing for him is he's trying to give me checkmate on the king side and just trying to win some pawn on the queen side. Bishop e8, that should be already not actually doesn't go according to the plan, because now this bishop should be in this diagonal to help the break on g4. Now the idea is just pretty simple, just to attack the c7 pawn or to break with c5 at some point, and then you see how much progress we have made on the queen side. He didn't do anything basically still on the king side. So this is a pawn for free, and I love pawns for free. So I'm just gonna take with my knight on c7, and then maybe come into e6 with that little beautiful castle, and c5, right? Okay, he went a little bit crazy here, but he needs to go for this sort of counterplay, because he's running out of pawns on the queen side now. Knight e6 is a huge threat as well, so he should deal with that as well. So yeah, queen b8, and now my idea was to go just queen a2. I got two undefended pieces. I should defend both of them, and knight e6 is my next move. Basically, I got the option now of taking with my... I'm just taking with my pawn. I can always run with my king to f1 in case he manages to give me some check on the g file. But you know, this king is pretty safe on e2 as well, so no problem at all. And knight e6, as I told you, is my next move. He should deal as well with this rook a8 moves as well. So yeah, I think we are more or less done. And yeah, this is the perfect play against, I mean, the perfect ideal situation in the King's Indian, where they haven't checkmated us, and we managed to win this precious pawn in the queen side. So it's good to be back doing some stuff in English. So maybe even knight e8 is better. I don't know. Wait, let me think for a while. And yeah, I'm just gonna take on e8. This bishop is the only dangerous piece, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Now queen g6 is coming. So basically that was terrible. That was a terrible. c5. Okay, so c5, the video disconnected, sorry guys. This is Davis, this is my friend, my boss, you know, the guy who doesn't feed me. So king f1, what's up? What are you doing? Anton is coming at some point? Anton is there. King f1, c5, ooh, bishop c5. Wow,
I'm ready to...
Yeah, that actually supplies your lack of hair.
I like to.
Yeah, give me my farmer hat.
Yes.
So d6, and what should I do? You know how to play these positions. Okay, I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, this position with what?
Do you like it with what? with what?
On up, and...
Awesome! So, you know what I like when I have my advantage, yeah? Exchanging
every piece, but...
Everything, even you, I will exchange
yes.
you, you know? So,
of course.
This is what I mean.
Oh, yes. Now check in b1, important.
Yeah, check. Check.
Yes, it's not check. Yeah.
It's not. It's check.
But not so good.
Yeah, it's not so good.
Check.
Check. That's some stupid sentence I used in the.
This is Spanish.
So we're gonna play some 1 minute game, where I get crazy, and that's it, right? And then later we'll do some Spanish Banterblitz in Spanish.
Spanish tonight and at half after the dinner.
After the dinner, yeah. This is always important. Div is
Maybe in the
actually
dinner, yeah.
Div is actually it's actually an amazing cook. You cook.
Yes.
You cook some omelette from the supermarket.
And yes, I'm sorry, I don't speak English ever, but okay. I only want to help. Taking e5, please.
Okay, are you sure?
No, but it's your game.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe knight takes e4. Nah, nothing happens. Nah.
Oh yes.
Or maybe wait. No, boom.
No, rook d7. Nice.
D7 and.
Okay, this is easy for you. Even for you, it's easy.
Even for me, it's easy. So e5.
And now?
And now what? Yeah, not so easy. So I'm just gonna defend my pawn just to be able.
King d5.
King d5? No, nothing happens. Or maybe yes. Boom! It's over. It's over. Okay, so challenge us 1 minute game, please. That we are going. We got.
Why knight d8 is a boom and not ratata? What is the difference?
You know, depends on my mood. You know.
Okay.
It's not positional.
No rules. No. Okay.
No, there are no rules for this. You know,
Okay.
it's just my craziness is just stupid. Okay, so we're gonna play 1 minute game. So we got Divis 62 kilos on 62 in every leg. Yeah.
Okay.
62 kilos in every leg. So e4
go.
e6 is the French opening by Divis. d4 d5. So e5 the advanced variation. c5 is breaking the center. c3 knight c6. So it's going to go knight h6. Nice move just to come to f5 or 6 change on d4 first and knight f5. Just is attacking the d4 pawn with the queen on b6 as well. The b2 is weak. Divis is trying to crash this lens at 764. So knight d2 takes on e3. Queen b6. He wants to take on b2 and queen takes b2, short castles, and queen b6 is coming back. He's not brave enough to remain there with the queen. Queen c7, queen c2. Be careful with the h7 and f7 pawn. He's gonna crash over there b6, defending the b pawn. And queen d8. What are you doing with your princes? What are you doing with your pieces? What are you doing, Divis? Knight takes e7, 30 seconds for Linz, 764, bishop e7. Divis manages to castle. Then will be amazing for him. Knight b8. What are you doing with that knight? But just b5 and knight d7, knight b6, and you got the c4 square and. Yeah, takes and knight b6. The c4 square is there for us. a5. That's a postpone. That's a queen. That's a queen in 5 moves. That's a queen. Queen e7. Rook f c8 and exchanging pair of rooks. So laser rook c8 and now knight c4. I love this. I love how Divis is playing like he played like shit actually, but sometimes he's quite lucky. And queen c7, rook c1, queen b6.
I won by time.
Yeah, you won by time.
Yes.
This is what you do all the time. Yeah?
Yes.
This is what you do all the time.
Good game.
So
Last one.
Yeah. Last one. So again, 72 kilos. Divis in every leg. He's gonna try to crash somebody. 1 minute game. A lot of people there. Yeah.
Okay. Let's try Gaspar. Good. Let's go.
Gaspar. Okay. Wash your hands and enjoy, Divis. Actually, I have to tell you that. Okay, this hat is pretty stupid, but yours, is the most stupid hat I ever seen. You look like a Playmobil, You know what? I don't know if the guys in English know Playmobil, yeah.
Hey, G3.
So G3, fianchetto variation D5. Divis loves the center. Controlling the center is so important in chess and reggaeton. So knight f6 is D3. Bishop e7. Short castle. E4 D4. He wants to go h6, just giving some fresh air to the king. Bishop e6 is gonna go a3 and b4, but Divis stops that with that's a pawn for free, and we love pawns for free.
Give me your pawn, baby.
Give me your pawns, baby. Bishop c3, and now bishop d2. Just aiming to exchange his pair of bishop. Knight d7. That the c5 square could be interesting, and the e5 pawn is protected, so no problem. f6. playing with a pawn up knight b4. Don't play queen e7 because you're gonna miss. You're gonna lose the piece c5. Carlitos is coming to the action. Queen c7. Now bring the other rook to b. Now he's striking in the center with f4. You should take that guy on e5. Bishop d7. Now b5 is coming. B5 is coming. Boom, 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 boom. That's a rook. No. Oh yeah. Bishop d3. Bishop d3. No. What am I saying? Bishop c4. Queen f2. That's a rook for free.
Yes. Okay.
Like Usain Bolt, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So
It was funny.
it was fun, yeah. I had a lot of fun watching your games, and mostly with your hat. But
Yeah.
so we're gonna stop now,
Yes.
right? And guys,
Time
it's
to train a little. With
time to train a little with Anton. And it was a pleasure to do some Banterblitz in English. I hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you in the next session. Just have a good time and
See
take
you
care.
soon in Spanish in 2
In
hours.
Spanish, yep.